Hi, my name is Matthew. I'm an engineer. I'm currently a full-time grad student, and I'm also an atheist. A little bit about me, as far as my religious background, I didn't grow up in a very religious household. I would call my dad more spiritual than religious, my mom as well. But we never went to church, certainly never went to church as a family, although when I was younger, I did explore religion on my own. I went to a Baptist church for a while. And at the time, I don't remember the exact ages, it was probably like around 8 to close to adolescence, close to the onset of puberty, when you really start thinking about things. At the time, I was definitely a believer. I believed in Christianity with all of my heart. And my mom's extended family, they're Pentecostal, like her sisters and brothers and her parents. They're evangelical. Like, if you've ever seen the movie Jesus Camp, pretty much like that. And Jesus Camp only portrayed the child abuse aspect of Pentecostalism. But I definitely had them to encourage me when I was going through that phase. I still remember at the time the image, because none of my family went to church. My brother didn't, my sister didn't, my parents didn't. And I still remember the image in my head that haunted me at the time of them suffering in hell forever. I really believed that they were going to hell because they wouldn't go to church with me. And I would proselytize them. I would try to convince them to come to church with me because I knew I was right. I knew they had to come. Of course, I was just a child being fed lies, and I had no defenses against it myself. Lucky for me, I had a very understanding mother who let me go through this phase, because I needed to go through it. It was like an inoculation for me. I remember one time, my aunt and uncle, they were babysitting me, I think. I don't know if you would call it babysitting at that age. I was 10 or 11. And they told me about Judgment Day. They told me that in my lifetime, the Antichrist was going to visit us, or something like that. And we would all be given a choice to either join Satan's army and be marked, or have our heads chopped off and be sent to heaven. Now, I was just a kid. I took this literally. I believed that in my lifetime, I was going to be faced with this, and so was everyone else. I was horrified. And my mom's reaction was to obviously explode with anger at them for doing that to her child. And I was so terrified at the time, because I really believed it. Being able to discuss these things with someone, which in my case happened to be my mother, being able to discuss these thoughts was a key step to me letting go of them eventually. And when I did finally let go of their religion, it was like waking up from a horrible nightmare. I never looked back. I never wanted to be a part of that again, because it's not a good religion. No religions are. They use fear and terror to control you. And I felt like my own experiments with religion when I was younger was really just an experiment in child abuse. I'm glad I did it, because now I see it for exactly what it is. Now, I was never very open. I never thought of myself as an atheist until my early 20s. Like, I never really thought about it that much. I let go of religion, but I certainly didn't consider myself an activist. I didn't have religious friends. I didn't have philosophical friends. So it really wasn't a topic of discussion. But once the internet really became big, it became easier to find like-minded people, and then I saw, wow, this is really turning into a community. So I understand religion from the perspective of fearing for your family, fearing for yourself. And I'm here to tell you, let it go. It will be such a relief to you to just let go of that fear, because you're wasting your life. If you decide to let go of those religious beliefs, I can assure you, you're not alone. I feel really awkward talking to a camera. I don't know how people do this.